We're live, and we want you to join us at 512-836-0590.
Yeah.
Now, here are Todd and Don.
Yeah, welcome to the live recording of the Todd and Don Show live vlog, which you can find every day on my YouTube channel at Todd Jeffries and on our Facebook page, the Todd and Don Show. You're always welcome to jump in here at the conversation at 512-836-0590. Don, I know you're going to be very excited about this. California city has become the second city in the country to legalize magic mushrooms.
Okay.
It's no longer a crime to have magic mushrooms in Oakland, California. City council members voted yesterday to decriminalize the substance, making the investigation and the arrest of adults who grow, possess, or distribute it one of the lowest priorities for police.
Yeah.
No city funds can be used to enforce laws criminalizing magic mushrooms, and the DA there will stop prosecuting people who have already been charged for use or possession.
Wow.
Magic mushrooms would remain illegal under both federal and California state laws.
Wow.
Denver voters approved a similar measure in May. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
All right, so they're decriminalizing magic mushrooms and the peyote.
Yeah, I've never done either, so I can't really speak to this. I just
Yeah, you can. You don't have to do it to speak to it.
yeah.
It's a hallucinogenic kind of thing.
I know that. I know it just seems like you just would never want to promote anything that creates hallucinations.
Thank you. And it's pretty ironic, though. They're okay with the magic mushrooms, but there's another California city that does not like tobacco.
It's going to get more difficult for folks in Beverly Hills to run to the corner store for a pack of smokes. The L.A. suburb has become the first U.S. city to end most tobacco sales.
Yeah.
The city council voted unanimously to ban the sale of cigarettes, cigars, e-cigarettes, and other tobacco products starting in 2021. And that covers gas stations and pharmacies, as well as convenience and grocery stores.
Illegal.
There are a couple of exceptions to the new ban. Hotels and 3 plush cigar lounges are exempt.
Nice.
Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
So the high-end plush leather couch cigar lounge is okay because the city's getting some tax revenue, but nobody else can smoke.
Yeah.
They banned smoking, which is going to create a nice black market, isn't it?
Oh, no question about it. And again, when it comes to banning smoking, I'm always going to be for it. I know that a business should be able to run it however you want to run it, all that stuff. Yeah, freedom of whatever. But I they shouldn't be made. They shouldn't be produced. They should not be still for sale anywhere. They shouldn't. It's remarkable to me. We know it will kill you. Here you go.
Yeah.
But I'm not rational when it comes to that.
I got you.
I don't know. I'd like to hear from somebody. Anybody on mushrooms right now? I'd like to hear from
Right this very
Give
minute.
us a call.
I'm not even sure where you would get the magic mushrooms.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Well, you know what? There is somebody in the building that does them.
Oh, I bet there is. I bet there is.
You know who it is, too.
I have no idea.
Yeah. There is somebody who does them, and they talk about it quite a bit.
We have a coworker?
We have a coworker that does it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, here in the building. Fairly regularly, actually.
Well, that's scary and dangerous.
Mm-hmm. It is.
I
guess it is.
Does that make them a dangerous person? I mean,
no, this person I think is far from dangerous. This person is really.
Well, how do you know
really
that? What
relaxed.
if they come to work hopped up on the hallucinogenics?
And they might have. They might have.
What if they get scared and come after you?
For all I know,
you're gonna have to go to HR on that, man. You got to let somebody know.
Should I? Should get some paperwork going?
Well, you just put it on the public airwaves that we have an employee in the building that likes magic mushrooms.
Well, I will never ever share who that is or whether it's either male or female.
Well, when we get to the break, I got to know.
I'm not going to share what station. I'm not going to share anything about it. All I'm saying is there is someone in the building who does it.
Yeah,
that's all.
Ed Clements?
Nope. Nope.
Jeff Ward?
I don't know. I have no idea.
That's true.
Yeah, how would I know?
All right, jump in here at 512-836-0590.
I couldn't begin to tell you.
Climate change could devastate human civilization by the year 2050. That according to a new report from Australian researchers. They're sounding the alarm.
All right.
Yeah, the report suggests that if immediate drastic action is not taken, climate change could pose an existential threat to humanity 30 years from now.
So
we heard the same thing in the 60s. 30 years from now. 10 years from now, 12 years from now.
I thought it was 12. I thought all we had was 12 years. So they're giving us a little bit of a.
That's what AOC says.
Okay, giving us a
well,
little. Well, apparently
it's going to destroy our food and water supplies and displace more than 1 billion people. And in fact, there's a belief that climate change is what's luring all of the folks from South America to the United States.
Yeah. Well, I'll still be here, God willing. I mean, I'll be in my late 80s by 2050, but I plan on being here in my late 80s, and but I can count on seeing this. I will see the end of the world.
Sure.
All right.
Although the report insists that a doomsday future is not inevitable, but the humanity needs to act now before we reach a tipping point in our climate system. They still think that we can actually save the planet. It's doom and gloom, but you can save it. This report goes into some detail about things you need to do. Stop driving a car, things like that.
Yeah.
Stop relying on fossil fuels and start doing some wind and solar.
Stop flying on an airplane. So we need to stop tourism,
right?
As we know it.
When they come out with these kind of stories, I laugh at them. It just seems so comical, you know.
I don't know how they do this math. I don't know what the formula is. How they come because
why would any bank give you a 30-year mortgage when it's they're not going to see the the full payment in the end? If the world's coming to an end, why would a bank give anybody a mortgage for anything? Yeah,
I think my term life insurance runs out about then. So this might time out perfectly, actually. This might be I just wonder, what will that last day look like? Will it be just the last person that's alive just finally drops dead? That's it?
Well, I guess it all depends,
Or is something going to blow up?
I don't know. It's just they don't say all that. Basically, starvation, famine, drought, that kind of thing. That's what they say.
Okay.
It's nothing positive, really.
So I guess they suspect that the last person sometime in 2050 is just going to be done. Just right there. Just drop dead in their shoes.
Right there.
Okay.
Simple as that. Hey, supplies are struggling to meet a demand for meat-free burgers as restaurants and fast food chains are quickly adding them to their menus to attract environmentally and health-conscious diners. 15% of U.S. restaurants offered meatless burgers in March, according to this study, marking a 3% rise from a previous year. Beyond Meat, that's one of the companies, Impossible Foods, are in turn struggling to meet the demand for fake meat. This all according to the Wall Street Journal. Although investors seem to be betting that they will be able to bring their products to the masses, Nestle is also meanwhile launching their own meatless burger in the fall.
Nestle is.
Nestle is.
So it'll also have little Crispies in it, chocolate and little Crispies.
I guess.
In the burger from Nestle. I keep hearing about this Impossible Burger. Apparently, I guess that they have finally developed in a lab somewhere something that they put into these Impossible Burgers that I guess are made of grains and beans and stuff like that.
Sand and nuts.
There's something that they squeeze into there that tastes like it's been cooked like a hamburger.
What do you mean they squeeze it into?
Or inject it? I don't know. They've just put something into this that makes it taste like a really good hamburger.
Why not just eat a hamburger?
I know.
Why are they going out of their way to make and create things that taste and look like a burger? Just eat a damn burger.
Go to Dan's, please. Go to Mighty Fine. Go to Top Notch, please.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Yeah.
But apparently Mighty Fine, or Hop Dottie, I think, is selling the Impossible Burger.
I don't know.
Have you? Well, you're into healthy eating.
Never had one of those. I'll eat the meat from a burger, but I won't eat the bun. I don't eat the bun.
I
stay away from the bun.
Yeah.
No buns will touch my mouth.
Hun.
Yeah.
You can never. You really enjoy a burger that way?
Yeah.
Where you're going to have to eat it.
I like the bacon. I like the cheese, the tomatoes, the lettuce, and the meat.
I've seen you do that at Mighty Fine. Golly, man.
What?
I just don't think that's any way to live. It's your life, and apparently you're a happy guy, I hear.
What's going to happen to me?
Nothing.
I keep
better things than me. Things than me.
All right.
I do.
Where would you go? Let's throw it out there. 512-836-0590. Where do you go to get the best meatless burger in town?
Because I'm seeing more and more people talking about this Impossible Burger. I see it on Facebook a lot. I see it on wherever. And it's just like nirvana. I don't know. I have no reason to do that. I had a veggie burger one time. One time I did it. And the texture of it was just, couldn't do it.
That bad?
The taste?
What do you mean the texture?
The texture. Well, I'm eating grains and beans and whatever else is in a veggie burger.
Right.
Mashed up spinach. I don't know. I don't know what was in that thing.
But you put it in your mouth.
And the taste wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad, but it was the texture. Is the texture just kind of, it wasn't right.
I feel the same way about coconut. I don't mind the flavor. It's just the texture
Really?
that bothers me.
Really? The kind of chewy nature of it?
Well, it feels like a fingernail,
I guess it does, doesn't it?
and I don't want that in my mouth.
You don't want a flavored fingernail.
No, I
Unless
do
it's
not.
yours.
No, I do not.
Yeah, well, it's catching on. So, but I'll never go there. I would feel guilty for doing that, knowing all these good hamburgers that are out there to be consumed, and I'm spending time. I'm going through life eating black beans and grains.
Yeah.
Nah.
Well, you don't have to do it. Nobody's making you do
Not
it.
me. Nobody's making me do it.
Nobody's making you do
Right.
it. But you make fun of people that do.
Oh, I do all day long. Absolutely.
Yeah, you do. It's your
Absolutely.
specialty.
Yeah. Ooh, it tastes just like a hamburger.
Well, I just eat a damn burger then.
Yeah, please. Please do that.
Where's the best and the last burger you went to?
I had Top Notch yesterday. Yeah. And it was just extraordinary. Extraordinary good. It's flame kissed. It's cooked over charcoal.
What did you say?
It's flame kissed.
All right.
That's what Holiday House used to be known for, was being flame kissed.
You're using that to describe Top Notch. Marketing, why do you ask?
Yes, that's right. 101.
Spencer is in Leander, Texas, God's country. Now he's on the Todd Don Show. Spencer, good morning.
Spencer has butt dialed us.
Spencer, you there?
Yes, I am. How are you guys doing?
Fine, thank you.
If we were any better, you need a biscuit to sop us up. But go ahead.
Need to speak up a little bit.
Yeah, louder if you can.
Okay, I was just calling to tell y'all that I went meatless, and it's great. You just got to shop around and find the right burger. Burgers are not bad.
Boca?
Yeah.
The Boca?
Yeah, the Boca burger.
Yeah.
You sound like the last guy that would go meatless on
Yeah,
a
you
burger.
do.
You sound like you'd be nothing but about the meat.
Yeah, you sound like you got
You're being funny, but you're actually correct. I grew up on a farm, and I ate every meat in the world you could eat. You're right.
Oh, we can hear the enlarged prostrate in your voice. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. You're
Where did you go get this Boca?
Oh, you can just get them at any grocery store.
Oh, okay.
Walmart, H-E-B.
I got you.
Why did you go meatless?
I went blind, and I had really bad health issues and all kinds of stuff, and it turned everything around.
You're blind?
You went?
I went blind for a time.
So this wasn't a healthy choice. You just can't see the burger.
You have no idea. We're kidding. We love to make fun of blind people. We just do that.
Andy is on 15th Street. Andy, good morning.
He used to be blind. Hey, Andy.
Hey, gentlemen. I'm with Todd, and since I'm a fast-talking ex-Yankee, then I'm going to be the opposite of the good old boy there that went meatless. But I've gone total meat.
You're speaking 90 miles an hour. Go
yes,
ahead.
I've gone totally meat, and I've tried to tell McDonald's I go in there and buy 2 McDoubles. I throw away 3/4 of the bun and just eat it as an open face, maybe like Todd might.
Yep.
And I've lost so much weight, and I'm so much more healthy now. And I'm not saying this is for everybody, but I think a rich, fat American has a choice. They can eat all 3 food groups to the extent they want to. Everything they see they can buy because they can afford it, even if you're a street person.
Yep.
But they can't. If you want to not become an unhealthy blimp, you've got to cut out 1/3. So that guy cut out meat, great, more power to him. I cut out starch. And, I wrote an impassioned story about how we needed to live on legumes and pulse because we were going to starve the world. I wrote that back in 1978 in college.
Wow.
And I repudiate everything I said because I was making fun of a good old Wisconsin boy who came in and told us in biology that we needed the ethics, economics, and essentiality of eating meat. And I already was politically correct back then, and I went ballistic and wrote this huge paper that for a pass-fail class spent hours and hours writing this huge paper about how we need to live on meat and pulse and feed not feed it to animals and waste the calories. Well, what do we got? Every liberal is feeding our calories to our cars in the form of ethanol, so they never cared a whit about that.
Yeah.
And they're making us into fat blimps. But I tell you what, my asthma went away, my allergies went away, my love handles went away, so my wife's got to hold on to something else now. But
You know what I'm saying? How much weight have you lost doing the keto thing?
almost 30. My wife's lost 20. My daughter's lost 80. She's got my youngest daughter at 15. They told her, you've got patches of skin on your neck that show you're pre-diabetic. And she has lost 50 under the cooking of my middle daughter, who's lost 80.
Wow.
So I'm just saying, you know,
Good
you got
for
to
you,
cut
man.
out 1/3. Let that guy cut out and have his Boca Burgers, but he better not go and try and eat some brisket on top of his Boca Burger because he'll turn into a blimp. That's all I'm saying.
Well, there's nothing wrong with eating
That's
meat.
all you're saying.
I mean, a hamburger patty's okay. That's keto. It's good protein. It's good fat. That's good stuff.
Please bring me some of that big fat meat,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah. There you go. Somebody pulled his chain, man. He was wound up.
I am suddenly completely disoriented
Wow.
right now. I don't know which way to turn.
Daughter lost 80 pounds, man. Good for you.
80 pounds,
That's
she said.
amazing. And
Sister.
congratulations.
Yeah. He had patches of skin on his neck that said he was pre-diabetic.
Yeah, she
She did.
Yeah,
Wonder
the
what
wife
that
did,
is.
Yeah.
What do those patches look like? I wonder.
I don't know. I hate to say. You'd know if you saw it, though.
Yeah.
You would.
It's like a
Listen,
quilt or
brands are bringing back a wave of reinvented 80s and 90s gadgets to capitalize on millennials and nostalgia of childhood days. Japan's Bandai is releasing a new version of the 1996 digital pet called the Tamagotchi. Remember that? Tamagotchi. Remember that back from the 90s?
I remember the
Tamagotchi.
name. Yeah, I was in my
I'm not
30s.
talking.
but-
I'm not talking about Tamagotchi Towers back in Die Hard. This is an actual toy. I may have got that name wrong. Nakatomi Tower, yeah. Well, listen, the spike in retro goods has come as young adults who can afford to buy things, they want for themselves, or the kids, looking for a little comfort from the good old days. Anything from the 90s that you can think of? I told you this was going to happen, man. I told you this. You weren't listening to me. I told you. And you argued with me, Donald.
What?
I told you sports cards are going to come back. They were popular in the 70s and the 80s, even way back before that.
Yeah.
But they're coming back, man. They're a hot item now, sports cards. And so are Beanie Babies. Beanie Babies are coming back.
I was in my 30s in the 90s, Todd. I wasn't playing with toys. So, I mean, if you want to go back to the 70s
but
and
you
60s.
weren't dead to the world. You know what was going on in the world in the 90s, what popular toys there were, correct? Are you that out of touch?
What? That was a long time ago. I don't know. Was that...
Beanie Babies, Buzz Lightyear, Tickle Me Elmo, The Super Soaker, Power Rangers, Polly Pockets, Pokemon Red and Blue, Nintendo 64, the Furbies, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, PlayStation, and
All that.
and Game Boy.
all right.
All of those things are starting to make a comeback.
Yeah. Okay. All right. No, I remember those things. I just don't have a favorite from the 90s.
All right,
No.
let's go back.
I can't speak to that.
Let's go back in the Wayback Machine. Let's find out what kind of toys.
I mean, if you want to talk Hot
Don
Wheels,
played with when he was a kid. What was that? This would have
If
been,
you-
what,
if-
1947?
if you want to talk Hot Wheels, if you want to talk G.I. Joe, if you want to talk Vertibird, if you want to talk
Vertibird, what's that?
Vertibird, it was a helicopter that actually flew.
Get out of here.
It was prior to.
There was no flying machine when you
Yeah,
were a kid.
there was, and of course there was Major Matt Mason. If you want to talk about that,
Major Matt Mason.
If you want to talk about,
was that the first transgender military soldier?
I believe so. If you want to talk about Hotline, Mattel Hotline,
Hotline.
That's
like a sex phone line, isn't it?
It was a 1-800. It was an electric train. It was like it was the Sizzlers. You remember Hot Wheels Sizzlers?
I do.
So the Hotline was the Sizzler train.
I can't play with Hot Wheels anymore, man. I have flashbacks. My dad used to use a Hot Wheels track to,
I know. I used to get beat.
You know
with
what I'm
those
talking
too.
about.
Yeah, I did.
Those were some dark days, man.
Dang, I can feel that. That's a sting.
Ooh, that stings, doesn't
Yeah,
it? That
yeah.
Hot Wheels track stings.
They tried fly swatter for a while,
That didn't work.
and it would break. It would always break.
I laugh at a fly
I would
swatter.
too. It would break, and we'd all start laughing.
But you come at me with a flip flop or a Hot Wheels track,
Yeah.
I'm running.
God, I can hear that pop.
You guys don't want Furbies to come back
Why not?
because they were evil. They
No.
were pure evil.
Really?
Yeah, because you could take out the batteries and they would still talk.
They would still talk,
and their
yeah.
eyes would move,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
they would move on their own. It's scary. Don't bring those back.
Got a
I
text
had no
message here.
idea.
Text message at 512-836-0590. My kids are 9 and 6 and have always had Beanie Babies, and they play the original Nintendo as well. There you go.
Cool. Now, the original Nintendo. No, I'm thinking the original Game Boy. Was the Game Boy the original? Was it huge or was it small?
It was handheld. It was a handheld thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Only
yeah.
played a handful of games.
Right.
There's a lot of talk of bringing it back now.
Yeah.
A lot of the classic game machines, Atari, Sega Genesis, they're all back with, all of the games in that one machine.
I guess they're referred to as like classic or legacy games now.
I had an entire tote, a full tote. I mean, like a big one. full of Beanie Babies. Probably more than 100 Beanie Babies inside this thing that I've had for a long time. My wife had them from the 90s and picked up a few along the way. And I got rid of them during our last move a couple of years ago. When we moved from Cedar Park up to Leander, I just gave them away.
You probably said, here's some money, basically, is what you did.
Before I did it, I went online to see, if I could sell some of those. And some people, were willing to buy.
Yeah.
And some of them were listed for big dollar, but nobody was really selling them.
Right.
I feel like I should have kept them.
You probably should have.
Should have kept them.
Yeah, I think that might have been a major mistake on your part.
I may have lost some bucks there.
I think you screwed up. I think you might have blown your retirement. That was potential retirement there.
I hope they bring back the lawn darts because that was truly America's game.
Yeah. Never played lawn darts either. That was not our thing.
No?
No. Nope. But any of the Hot Wheels Matchbox cars, massive. G.I. Joe, though, I had a G.I. Joe space capsule. And I would still, if I had one today, and I think you can go out on eBay and find them for $1,000, I would still go out and play with that thing today.
Sure.
You would still see me in my front yard with my G.I. Joe space capsule walking around.
Really?
Yeah. Wouldn't be pretty.
No.
Would be concerned.
I think somebody would call the call the police on it.
It would be an HOA issue, I think, but I would do it.
Greg in Northwest Austin. Greg, good morning to you.
How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. I just wanted to confirm that Don is spot on. He knows his toys extremely well with Vertibird, Hot Wheels, et cetera.
Yeah.
If anyone hasn't looked in recent years, you can just punch in the Hot Wheels red lines on eBay and look at just how high dollar some of the old Hot Wheels red lines are going for. It's ridiculous.
The hotline?
The red line old Hot Wheels cars.
Yeah.
I think you're thinking of Cap Metro when you say red line. I thought it was called the hotline.
The Hotline was the train.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, okay. What was the red line then? What was
the red lines were the original Hot Wheels cars that came out in '68. Hot Wheels that still exist 50 years later.
Don was 47.
The early ones from '68 to '73 are the high dollar ones, and they're called red lines because they have a red stripe around the tire.
Yeah.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah. I know exactly what
everybody
you're talking
listening
about.
right now. They're going to go garage selling this weekend and try to find this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then flip it on Facebook Market and make a buck.
Imagine if you have some of that in the original package never opened.
Sure.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe worth some bucks.
Yeah.
Todd and Don Show.